We're back.
Wow.
I know. Isn't it exciting? We're back. I know. Yeah, I just need to clear the air first before we dig into the stories of the day. I was not in the clink. I was out of town. I was not available to do the show because I have a life.
Okay, was somebody saying you were in jail?
Yeah, you said
Me?
Yes.
Oh,
I heard this. I heard the show last night, and you are a liar.
I can't help it. It makes me do it.
So I'm glad I'm back, and I hope everyone is having a great day.
I'm very excited.
How's your day going?
It's fine. It's fine. But you know what? It just is not the same doing Road Ranger by myself anymore. I have to have Honey Badger. Hey guys, Melinda and Eric.
Hey everybody. Yeah, it was a different show. When is I know Road Ranger Nana is here in the house. Nice.
Nana, say hi. There she goes. Look at her go.
I know. She's crazy.
She's doing those burpees in the front yard again.
I know. She's crazy.
Cartwheels. It's like, whoa.
Calm down.
I know. So very good.
So question before we dig in. When is General Ralph going to be on talking about the Civil War?
Well, we were going to have him. He was supposed to be on with us yesterday or tomorrow, but I'm not sure. There are some things he has to do now because there's a child coming. So
he's blowing you off.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. He's blowing you off.
He's got a list a mile long because he's got a baby general coming. So
a general baby. Yeah.
A general baby. Yes, exactly.
Well, I guess I'll forgive him.
But he is coming on, and he should be clear for next week. So yeah, I'm sorry for the delay. Yes,
no, I'm just curious. I'm just teasing him.
No, it'll be very interesting. He's excited to get on and just hang out with everybody.
Right on.
All right. Well, do you want to lead off tonight with?
Yeah, I was doing some research, obviously today, and I came across, in my opinion, it's a juicy little nugget.
Yes, we like the juice.
So I am starting to listen to this YouTuber periodically. The channel is called The Hidden Things in Front of Your Eyes. And he talks a lot about financial situations like gold and silver, but he was talking about the QFS system on his show from today. Oh, actually yesterday, the 4th. And it's funny because I heard today, before I dig into what he said today, Facebook is starting to fact check anyone who talks about the QFS on Facebook.
Well, that's a sign right there.
Exactly.
Who are they attacking? Who are they attacking?
Bingo. So there's some truth to the story here, because we've been waiting for this forever. I mean, this would just be a miracle in many different ways. But so this is where I got this information today. And what he said, and let me pull up, there is a bank called Foster Swiss. So if you go to fosterswiss.com, I've never heard of them until 5 minutes ago. So I haven't really spent much time on this site, but it says that they are an international financial consultant that will advise you on money, and they're based in Madrid, Barcelona, and Geneva with top-level offices. And so they're a financial firm, international firm. And so if you go to their site and you just do a quick search on QFS, they have an article on their site.
So they're curating content.
What is that? What do you mean?
They're creating content about QFS.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Yes. Cool. Yes. So I've not read this article again. I just came across this less than 30 minutes ago. And so this article dated December 2nd says that everything you need to know about the new financial system, QFS, quantum financial system. So
Fantastic.
he actually emailed them twice.
Who's he?
And he meaning the YouTuber,
Okay.
the guy
Okay.
who's, yeah, and he emailed this particular bank or Foster Swiss company, and he wanted more information on the QFS system, and they responded saying, okay, you need to talk to one of our specialists.
Huh.
So this is really interesting in my eyes, because up until this point, to my knowledge, this has just been talked about a lot, but there's been internet articles and people talking about it, but there's really been nothing like this to my knowledge to date. So I thought that was really interesting and very encouraging.
I think it'd be cool to call Foster's and see what if it's, like a bait and switch kind of a thing. We'll talk to our salesperson, or if it's like real, maybe we could learn something. It'd be interesting.
Well, whoever this guy is, and he doesn't go by a name, he just goes by his channel name. He's actually going to call them, and he's going to follow up. He's going to follow up in his next webcast or YouTube video. So, but you can see this is housed in a quantum computer. It is housed in the AIIB, Asian Investment Infrastructure Bank, which that is a real bank. You can go to their website. That is a real bank in the eastern counterpart of the International Monetary Fund of the IMF and the World Bank, and 9 quantum satellites to connect the QFS and the SWIFT. And okay, this is another thing he said. The SWIFT and CIPS system, an interface called DLT, Distributed Ledger Technology, has been implemented. Well, Russia, if you go to MoscowNews.com, and this is all in this video, by the way. So if you just go to his YouTube, you can listen to the whole 15, it's only 15 minutes. He goes to Moscow News, and they are talking about this SWIFT system, and that they are moving to the SWIFT system.
But the U.S. media is not covering anything.
Of course not.
Of course not. And we're getting censored if we do talk about it.
Of course not. Exactly. So so this is very, in my opinion, it's very interesting. I wanted to share. That's the first thing I wanted to talk about, and it looks like it's lit. I mean, this is very encouraging to me.
Good. Well, if Facebook is censoring it, then there has to be, to me, there's something there. There's a reason they're hiding it.
Yep. Sorry for my dogs. So this was yesterday. I subscribed to his channel. Let's see. I will keep you updated on, what he was going to call this company, and he was going to share what happened. So
okay,
more to come.
Very good.
Yay.
Me likey.
I know, isn't that great? Would be a miracle.
It would be definitely.
This would be a miracle if this happened.
Because this signifies maybe the end of the cabal.
Yep.
And their wealth.
Yep.
And the money they've been stealing and hiding, and
you got it.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yep. And then, so the second thing I wanted to touch on is, and maybe this is old news, but I just wanted to chat about it. Donald J. Trump has a new blog or a news release page on DonaldTrump.com or DonaldJTrump.com, where he archives all his press releases.
I have seen that. I don't know if they're hinting that maybe this is what it's going to look like, maybe if it gets put out for users, or what are you thinking?
Well, this has been, the media has spun this as a social media site, but it isn't a social media site. It's really a blog.
It's it's for him to do his Twitter posts is I think what he's trying to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you can love this. You can share it to Twitter or Facebook, but I'm sure it's just a matter of time where they will blacklist this URL and you won't be able to share it. I'm sure it's already like that. I haven't tried, but
I was surprised they even put those links there. Honestly, it's like, why? They're just going to get blocked. But whatever.
What links? Oh, this.
Yeah,
exactly.
Those. Why even share it?
I know, because there's a lot of buzz in the media that actually the press, what's her name? The press secretary.
Psaki.
Yes. She talked recently about what her thoughts were, the administration's thoughts of him being banned forever. And if I go to Gateway Pundit, they talk about it. Here, Psaki says Biden administration wants more social media censorship, while also claiming they value the First Amendment.
Oh.
Because
does not compute. Does not compute.
Because they realize and they support these independent fact checkers that Facebook has, which we all know who they are.
Yeah, they're the same people that do Snopes. You know, you go to Snopes to fact check. Well, I went to Snopes and they said it was true.
Oh, yeah. So it's true because come on. I learned that a long time ago. Come on.
I have an idiot who constantly quotes Snopes, and it's like, you're dumb.
My God. Like dumb. That is law. Like that's dumb. Law. And that's so they're in this press conference little video. If you watch it, she talks about that they really am very concerned about getting misinformation out there, and they're very concerned, and they're not going to comment on, Trump's Facebook status, but they're very concerned about all the misunderstandings and miscontent out there.
Sure.
And it's life-threatening and blah blah
because
blah.
Because it's all about Biden and the thievery and the crookery. And I mean, give me a break. This is where the anger hat starts coming out of the drawer. The anger hat's coming my way.
Oh yeah. Oh no! Don't do it! Don't do it, sissy.
I'm not going to put it on.
Or Road Ranger.
It just makes me very angry. All right, continue.
Well, so that is the Trump, and then this article, and if you just cruise down Gateway Pundit, this is the homepage. The first article that comes up here is the most vaccinated. I can't vaccinated. Sorry, guys. Vaccinated country on earth closes schools and sports as case surges. 35% of new cases are fully poked. So this little island, it looks like
is that Madagascar or something?
No, the Seychelles. Off of the continent of Africa.
Interesting.
The most poked country in the world, and they're having a surge in cases.
It'll never end.
Oh my goodness gracious!
It will never end.
It really, really will not. So that was interesting. Let's see what else Gateway Pundit says, shall we? Oh, this is a new article right off the press. I just refreshed my page. Exclusive.
Ooh.
The Democrats are really, really worried about the Arizona audit. All of their big guns are now involved. Ooh, let's dig into this juicy tidbit, shall we? They're upset. I'm so sorry. They're upset.
Something to be upset about or about it.
Yeah, so they're upset. Let's see what they say here. Secretary of State Katie Hobbs and their attorneys and their nonprofits, they're bringing out the big guns now. What are the big guns? So Mr. B supposedly won Maricopa County in the 2020 election by 40,000 votes. I heard it was less than that, but whatever. We'll take 40,000.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We can beat that. And let's just scan here. Why are they? I mean, we know why they're upset. Oh my. Is this recent? Oh no, this was during the election. Remember during the election, Arizona was, all these reporters were in Arizona, and this lady was out there waiting for all the Mr. B supporters, and no one shows up.
Yeah, that's pretty regular.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an old video.
Like 2 people.
Okay, let me scan this real quick and see what the big guns are. Let's see now. Now here we are with an audit taking place of the results that includes a forensic review. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, they wrote a letter to the DOJ demanding they step in and stop the audit, which that didn't fly.
Why are they fighting so hard? I mean,
I wonder why.
You know why? Because they're going to probably all look, I mean, the Secretary of State is constantly commenting on, you know, what a waste of time this is, and people can't move on from the fact that Trump didn't win. And, you know, what are you worried about?
Well, they say it right here: cockroaches fear the light.
That's the whole thing. Is
What
they,
happened?
you know, because after they've certified this and gone to bat for this, and then we're going to see at least, I think Simon Park said what 250,000 votes have been, and that so many have already been kicked out. Hey, Bobby.
Hey, Bobby. Welcome. I'm trying to figure out what the big guns are. I mean,
there probably isn't any. I mean, it's probably just them doing whatever. And the GOP chairman, he already said that they're going to continue. It's just going to be Groundhog Day with them.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Well, I couldn't find the big guns, but they're, you know, it's the drama continues.
Very cool.
Let's see. Let's just scan back here and then I'll move on. Oh, did you see this? Observers notice a bizarre spot on the side of Mr. B's head as he goes blank for 8 seconds.
CGI.
Look. So
it's hard to see.
It really is hard to see, but it looks like it's either really bad plastic surgery or maybe it's a bad mask.
It's probably all of the above.
Yeah.
CGI.
Oh, yeah.
How I love you. CGI.
Oh, and my favorite governor of the entire United States.
Oh, yeah.
He is giving $1,000 bonuses to law enforcement. We're funding the police and then some. They're giving them to EMTs and paramedics and everybody.
Great.
I cannot wait to move to Florida.
Yes.
We are currently in Illinois, and we hopefully this summer we'll be able to change our residency because OMG.
I'm so, you know, Oklahoma doesn't exactly have the sexiest rap.
No.
But I'll tell you what, this is the place to be. Our governor, he's freaking awesome. He has huge cojones. I mean, I love Governor Stitt. He's not afraid of anything. Nope. And I will campaign for him. He's got re-election in 2022, I believe. So
awesome. That's wonderful. All right, that's the Gateway Pundit. And let's see what else I have. Okay. Some more juicy gossip.
I know, from Real Raw News.
From the Raw. I hope to goodness this is a true site. 2 little tidbits here. I guess Podesta is in military tribunal in Gitmo, and day 1 was yesterday.
Okay.
And I read the highlights, and it started with all of his, it was all child trafficking. And these witnesses, or not witnesses, victims, I should say, the victims, some were there. in person, telling their
Really?
story. Yeah, telling their story on what happened to them and how horrible it was. And then they had a couple subpoenas from their victims. So it goes into grand detail. So yeah, day one was yesterday. Excuse me. Day two is maybe today, but it hasn't posted on this site
Okay.
yet. Another tidbit of information that I wanted to share is remember a couple weeks ago that Mr. B went to the Pentagon and he was denied entry,
Yes.
and he was really upset, saying that Mr. T is in there, and it was a big deal. Well, evidently there was some. If you go into this article, there's some colonels or Pentagon ups that most of them, according to this article, most of the officers are standing by and recognizing Mr. T as the president, but there was one or two that did not, and they support Mr. B, and they were now again, I'm just reporting the news, guys. Okay, they were given a arrest warrant or a subpoena for arrest or something because they denied recognizing Mr. T.
Okay,
And,
so in the, like, taking orders, you mean?
right.
Yeah.
So the General Milley was given a warrant because he refused to recognize Mr. B, and he shredded the warrant, calling it a joke, and promised General Berger he would hang for treasonous behavior. And then they got in a big argument, and General Berger said, "No, we've been expecting this for a long time. If anyone hangs, it won't be me." So there was some, it's like a good reality TV show there in the Pentagon.
Okay.
So, and then I guess, then they freaking, evidently they arrested General Milley and Hokanson. And they're on their way to Gitmo.
We should see if Monkeyworks has a flight that coincides with this.
Wouldn't
that be interesting?
True. Yeah, that would be interesting.
If any planes have been going to Gitmo.
Yeah. I'm sure but yeah, that would be. And this was dated today.
Okie dokie.
All right. So I have one more tidbit, and then I'll turn it over to you, Road Ranger. I was listening to Mel K had an interview with, her name is Tracy, and she is part of this Ruby organization. So if you go to theruborg.org, this organization, it's a nonprofit, and she actually, Tracy, educated Mel K on how anybody can get involved and start helping the horrible thing of, the human trafficking. And since over 1,000 people are coming over the border every day, it's just getting worse and worse and worse. And so Mel K, if you want the full interview, go to BitChute and go to Mel K's channel, and she goes into grand detail on the background of the Ruby organization and how they got started. But a couple of highlights. So the number one thing, and I know, Road Ranger, one of our big reasons why we're here is because we felt helpless and we wanted to help the children or do something, right, to be involved. Well, what we can do in our communities is just observe weird behavior with our neighbors and even in public. So she says there's a couple of signs that stand out where you're shopping or wherever you are, if you see an adult and a child and they look like they don't have a relationship, where
Okay.
and you can really, you could tell if they're
Or the child is scared or acting
right,
odd or
if there's some kind of form of disconnection between them, that's a sign. Also, if the child is malnourished, if the child is they're not dressed right. So if it's 30 degrees and they're in shorts, something's going on. Something's off. And if you see, she says, if you see any of these signs, please call the police department, or better yet, call your police department and find out if there is a trafficking, like committee or trafficking, what does she call it? Task force, a child trafficking task force. She says most areas, most counties or cities have a task force like this, and they meet on a regular basis. And so you can call your police department and find out if you have a task force and report any weird behavior. And, you hear these stories over years and years and years of people who have been kidnapped, these children, and they're held hostage in basements for a decade, and the neighbors don't know anything's going on. They thought it was weird behavior, but they
don't say anything.
Yeah. So if like one of your neighbors, if they always have their blinds drawn and there's weird people coming in and out or a lot of car activity, that is a sign that that's something that's not right. Or if you have a conversation with any of these children and they don't have eye contact with you, that's another sign. And so just pay attention to your neighborhoods. Just get your spidey senses out there. And if you feel anything weird, don't call 911, but just call your police department and just report it, because better safe than sorry. That she also said, this Tracy that started this Ruby organization, she said that most of the people who are trafficked, that they start 10 to 12 years old. That's the average age. And what they do, the trafficking, the cartels or the people who traffic the children, the first thing they do is get them on drugs. They get them on drugs, so they're dependent on them. Well, no, they get them addicted to drugs.
Okay.
So they're dependent. Now they have an addiction, and they get addicted to drugs, and their trafficker gives them the drugs, and so they have this codependent relationship, and they're just emotionally and mentally sabotaged from day one. And it's just very, very sad. So she goes into grand detail of that. But for what you and I can do and our listeners can do is, again, keep your eyes and ears open, review the signs that I just reviewed. But then you can also, this Ruby organization, what they do is it's all nonprofit, and they go into the communities, and they really educate people on what is human trafficking. Because a lot of people don't know about it, because the news doesn't talk about this. And so education is really number one. I didn't know much about it until just a couple years ago. And really, I'm educating myself still. But what this Ruby organization does is they go into the community. They're in North Carolina, and I guess North Carolina is number 6 of the country for the most traffic victims. And you can call this Ruby organization and ask for advice. So if you want to set up a resource in your community, they will help you. They will coach you to do that.
Interesting.
So yeah, they will coach you to set up your own help, network. Really, it's a network. They have a lot of, they've built relationships with the community so they can give them mental health. They can give them physicals, these and counseling and job, getting them back on their feet and getting them off drugs and giving them, so you can start your own Ruby organization. Or if you want, you can volunteer or send in money. They're looking for home furnishings. Obviously, this is in North Carolina, but I just wanted to share that because I know that a lot of us feel helpless on what can we do. And this is just a start of how you can get started. And it's awareness and education. And if you're really, you can set up one of these in your own area. So,
well, I know we all, it's interesting because a lot of cities that are like Oklahoma, we've got I-40, I-35, and I-44.
Mhm.
And so cities that are on major highways or interstates, those are cities where you see a lot of that as well. And we probably get a
Yes.
lot coming up from Texas. So absolutely, flight attendants are trained on, and in the transportation industry, they're trained on how to know, and they'll pass notes. Every so often you'll hear about somebody saving somebody. So that's really interesting. Oh,
Yeah.
Anonymous Bob is on. Hi,
Hey, Anonymous Bob. Hola. So I hope that was helpful.
Yeah. No, that's good to know that we can do something in our communities and probably work in coordination with the police and just kind of be an advocate, because it's horrifying. And
another tidbit, that this particular Ruby, they actually have a strip club ministry that they go into strip clubs, and they go in on a regular basis, and they have a ministry, because a lot of these people work in strip clubs. There's a lot of,
it's like a pimp situation where the drugs and the money and that's Nana, what do you think of that?
Oh, you're just not safe anywhere.
You're not safe in that chair, Nana. You better be Road Ranger Nana. They're coming to get you. YouTube is coming to get me right now. Okay. Well, very good. No, I think that's really very helpful. So thank you for sharing that, Sissy.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Road Ranger.
I want to share my screen, but every time I do, I end up getting a frozen interweb. So I'm just going to talk through my articles tonight.
Okay.
So kind of, I have a few stories of different views about Facebook. And the first one is about a police officer in New Jersey. She wrote a post on her Facebook page. This was back in June or July of last year, when things were, really hot and heavy, in particular with the Black Lives Matter folks. And they had been doing some demonstrations and play dates and hugs and shopping. And so what she wrote was something along the lines of, her friends and family were very concerned about her being a police officer. And she decided to go ahead and just post on her Facebook about this. And she wrote something along the lines of, I don't think I've ever felt the way I did last night. And then I watch people I know and others I care about going to harm's way. I've seen so many Black Lives Matter hashtags on these posts. Just to let you know, they are T's. And those are kind of thugs, if you will.
Oh, okay.
She wrote, they hate me. They hate my uniform. They don't care if I die. Okay. She wrote this on her Facebook. Okay.
And she's an officer, right?
She's a police officer.
Yes. I think I heard about this. Okay. Continue.
So she thought, she was frustrated because these people have been targeted. They do hate the police. I mean, that's part of their platform. Okay. Is defunding and whatnot. And so basically she was put on administration leave, and the Hopewell Township Police Department had an actual committee meeting, and they have fired her.
Yep. They fired her after 20 years of service.
And there was another officer who, like, I think she either liked this post or commented, but she was also put on, she was suspended as well. Okay. And so this is, this is what's happening. You can't post anything, first of all, because you think that you can just post something and walk away, but you can't.
No.
Retaliation.
Oh yeah.
And these different, businesses, they're caving in.
Oh yeah.
To the woke position. So yeah, she lost her job, and she basically just said that they were thugs. I'm using another T word. And nobody's disagreeing that they hate her in her uniform. So just kind of
why in the heck would anybody want to become a police officer?
Well,
these days
we're going to have a hard time, because it's a thankless job, and these people are, there are so many cops that are good, and there are going to be some bad apples. But just like we have a sex offender registry, we can put together, the bad cops, or if, they get 1 or 2 strikes and then they're done, and they can't be, there's ways to do this. Okay.
Oh God. Yeah. And this is just, well, didn't you say the other day that in the Oakland, California area, there's a big opinion that there should not only defund police officers,
but just no cops.
None. Zero.
Yeah. And then what do you do with the people in jail? And what do you do with the court system? If it's just lawless, I mean, I'd be afraid all the time if it's like the purge,
That's why we're moving to Florida. Because like I said earlier, DeSantis is giving $1,000 bonuses to police officers.
Yeah. So there is a Republican representative, and she's actually in Florida, Representative Kat Kamek. And she sent a scathing letter to Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg on Wednesday of this week, basically because she's being targeted, or she's seeing easily finding posts from cartel groups that are basically advertising, do you want to cross into the United States? We pick you up here. This is where you can go. Let's see, it says, but crossing all over Mexico by bus, paying $9,300, ask for so and so and so. I don't know if you have to pay $9,300. I don't know what that is, but basically Facebook is letting cartels conduct their business in human trafficking and getting people illegally in the United States. And, her statement is, how is this okay? You need to be shutting these down. If conservatives can't talk on Facebook, and the president has been shut down forever, on Twitter or Facebook or whichever one. Yeah. Then, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And this is just ridiculous. And these are groups that are set up promoting this. So no. And the article, and I have the link in the description, actually shows a copy of the letter. It's posted publicly. So we'll see what creepy Zuck says.
Well, his fingerprints are all over all of these election states.
Correct.
When these audits, hopefully when this, when Arizona's done and then multiple other states conduct their forensic audits, they're going to find that Zuckerberg and Facebook, they funded
They all do.
lot of
Correct.
this.
And they always say, follow the money, just
Yep.
follow the money. And NSA has ways of doing all of that. So, nothing is.
They
is
have
safe.
everything. It just, I guess it's all timing when it all comes out. But, I really have a hard time with Facebook, and I have for several years, and
Yeah.
I've thought about getting off 100%. I don't know. Maybe we can take a poll. Who has Facebook and who wants to get off Facebook? And should we all get off Facebook? I can't stand them.
I know.
It's like an enemy site.
If people
No?
closed up shop, I use it because this is where I do research. And, I have a couple of, business opportunities that I run on Facebook. But believe me, if I didn't, I would definitely have no problem.
Yeah. I mean, I've thought lots of times just to download all your content, because I have pictures going back to 2007.
Yeah.
Or 2009. And so you can just purge or download all your content, all your pictures, and then just deactivate.
Yeah.
And I think they're disgusting.
I go on because there is a group called Chonky Cat, and people post pictures of their fat cats, and I really need that chonky cat. Yeah, and their fat floofs and their peats.
Really?
You got to boop their floofs, and oh yes, it's a big deal.
I had no idea.
Chonky cat, you got to post pictures of your fat cat.
Really?
I love it.
I love fat kitties.
I love it.
I love to pet their fat bellies.
I know, when they get that like fat little floof down there, and you're like, yeah, face planting that kitty.
Exactly. Well, then you know what? There you go. I need to stay on the Facebook.
Yeah. So, hello.
Sorry.
So I'm going to stay on
that out.
I'm going to stay on the Facebook train, because my last story about Facebook is conservatives blasted Facebook and its oversight board for upholding an indefinite ban on former President Trump. And the Republicans are saying that it's a very sad day. And there are a number of members of Congress looking at, the monopoly that Twitter and Facebook have and how they're abusing their censorship. And it's, basically, they are hypocrites. There are two rules. There's a rule for the woke, and then there's rules for conservatives. And if you're conservative, you're just gone. And like you were saying, they're even, obviously you can't have any view but the one that they want. And so it really is a monopoly. And that Section 230. So there are folks looking to see what we can do about breaking it up, getting rid of these people.
That needs to happen for sure. That needs to happen. I really do think that it will. And my gut is telling me that it will. It's just, it's taking too long. But
if we can get more of these, freedom of speech loving, Clout Hub, Gab, Telegram, these guys are coming out and saying, we're not going to shut you up. We believe in the First Amendment. It does hurt Facebook because their ad revenue. I mean, even if we don't delete our accounts, by us not going there as often, it does hurt their bottom line. So,
but how are they funded?
Well, a lot of it's ad revenue, and then it's the cabal.
Well, that's bingo. It's the cabal.
Correct.
And they're saying, Charlie Ward and other truthers out there, they're saying that they're bankrupt, basically, which I hope is true.
So I just am seeing Melinda. You don't have to share, but I'm curious how you're in 30 days. See, I don't do anything political. We don't put our videos. What did you do?
Yeah, Melinda. What did you do?
Ooh, I kind of like you. You're a bad girl.
Yeah, but you know what? I really respect that you're holding the line, because that's a page out of Patriot Street Fighter's book.
That's what we're doing. Yeah,
that's why we're still on YouTube, and that's why he's still on YouTube. It's like, I will fight on your soil. I will fight, and that's why we're on Road Ranger 2, which, by the way,
I haven't gotten any warnings.
None.
No, I think the words are helping.
The rebel words are definitely
Yeah.
helping.
And I
but
think, yeah,
but make sure we have a Revolution Road Ranger 3 channel out there.
we
And
do.
then of course, so subscribe to that. And then of course we have our Rumble channel.
Affirmative.
Yeah, I want to know when you get a chance, Melinda. I want to know what you did that was so bad.
Bad girl. You're a bad girl. I like it.
We're kidding.
Baddies. Yeah, they're more fun. Bad girls are
I
more
know.
fun.
Draw out of the lines. I like to draw out of the lines.
Too. Road Ranger. So, whoopsie. So, we're on day 42 without a word from Camel Toe. She's keeping it secret. Whatever it is going on at the border, she's keeping it secret.
All right. So Camel Toe's not doing nothing?
No, she's not saying anything. And she's claiming that she's spoken with world leaders from Canada, Finland, Ireland, and Japan about partnering with us to help the Northern Triangle.
Give me a break.
You know, she's working at root issues.
Oh, give me a break. How about do what Mr. T did? Because he cleaned up this mess.
Well, they reversed it. And it's like, obviously they like what's happening because she's just not going down there.
Oh my God. How transparent is this? I mean, people.
Yes. So I guess she had visited Wisconsin and she touted Biden administration's $2.3 trillion infrastructure plan, but there is an assembly majority leader in Wisconsin said, we appreciate the visit, but respectfully, you have much bigger problems to deal with. They wrote in a joint statement to her, meaning that they wish that she had visited the border instead of Wisconsin.
What a joke.
And basically she's, she's looking at root causes.
Oh yeah, right. Okay. I could tell you, I could be an advisor. I mean, we could be an advisor.
I mean, be advisors. Yeah, Honey Badger and Road Ranger are here to see you, Camel Toe.
Exactly.
We've got a couple new advisors for you, and they've got great ideas. Believe me.
Exactly. Just do what we tell you.
I got really good ideas.
Oh my God.
And they include a saxophone solo.
Oh my God. Don't even go there.
Or cowbell.
Oh, well, the cowbell is good.
Yeah.
So the reason why Miss Gates, and I'm sure that's your real name.
Oh.
Like Honey Badger's my real name. Yeah. So
they are getting. Go ahead.
So she posted an article about Gates depopulation.
Oh, how dare you? How dare you?
False news.
You're getting the ugly face.
Well, you're over the target, Melinda, if they're going to put you in jail over that.
They don't argue with things they agree with.
That's right.
They don't argue with things that are in their little stupid agendas.
That's right.
This is what I'm gonna do.
And what are you gonna do,
Melinda? Ooh, you're gonna back scratch you, Melinda, right here. Back scratch. You're dead.
Oh my God. I like Melinda. Back off.
I do too. She's my hero.
Take your medication.
And they're getting divorced. Isn't that odd?
God. Give me a break.
Let's just talk about the,
Come on.
What's going on. And after 27 years of wedded bliss, somehow.
Okay, that's a big sign to me that something fishy's going on.
Something really fishy's going on. Camel toe. So.
What did Nana say about the camel toe?
Yeah, what's up? Her pantsuits. What about them?
Well, remember they used to say one of what's her name? Oh, Clinton's
pantsuits?
Yeah, guys that she used to smell.
Oh, I never heard it. Clinton smelled?
No,
who said she smelled?
Well, she had a little older.
Because her pantsuit stunk?
Oh, I'm sure.
Like BO?
Well, whatever.
Or like cooter goo?
Probably.
Really? Clinton?
No,
had cooter goo?
That's
Yes.
what the guy said.
Who
It
said that?
smells. What if
They.
those high-ranking advisors or
Well,
whatever?
there you go.
No,
Those
this is old
pantsuits.
news. This is
Oh,
old
okay.
news. Where the hell have you
Maybe
been?
Camel Toe has cooter goo too.
Wait, notice the stores either the black or the
They're
white.
black and they're misshapen. I don't like them either.
Well, the thing is,
Camel Toe. Cooter goo.
Disgusting.
What Nana's talking about back there. Look at you and your
Well,
cooter goo.
Okay, no, well, that has been going around for a long time that she smells. Mrs. H. HRC.
HRC. All right. Well, that's good news tip,
Yeah.
Road Ranger Nana. She's got the scoop. All right. My last story is
Yes.
the trillions of cicadas are about to emerge, and they're going to hit
Oh,
about
no.
50 states. So there are cicadas that have been, I don't know if they've been hibernating. It says within days, a couple weeks at most, the cicadas of brood X, the X is a Roman numeral for 10. Oh, well, thanks. I didn't know that. Will emerge after 17 years underground.
Potatoes.
Not potatoes. Yes, the potatoes are coming to get you.
No.
They're cicadas, they're bugs, they're locusts.
Oh yeah, that's.
Oh,
There
my
are many
God.
broods of periodic cicadas that appear on rigid schedules in different years, but this is one of the largest and most noticeable. They'll be in 15 states. They're coming out now in mass numbers in Tennessee, North Carolina, and they're going to be everywhere. Trillions of these bugs.
Okay, haven't we gone through this again? This is a bad rerun.
No, what do you mean if we've been through
We've
this?
we've had locust scares, and then
Oh, you mean like the plague or the 7
No.
signs of the apocalypse?
Had everything because
we've had this.
come out.
This is old fear.
No, this
tactics.
is brand new. They have a
Okay.
whole site that are showing you where all these freaking creepy bugs are going to come out of the
Okay,
ground and get you.
Show your screen because
They're
okay,
going to go in your nose and your ear.
we've heard this BS for how many decades that all these horrible things are going to happen, and
So look around you.
All right, so that you might not be able to see this, but this is dated 7 hours
oh my
ago.
God.
And I'll open the state or the website, excuse me.
Really? I do not believe this.
All right, this is where they're coming. Give it a second for the map to populate here.
Okay, I see the map.
Let's see. Where's it populated? Okay, here it comes. This is where they're going to be. And there's these are where the really bad spots of these bugs are. They're going to get you. They're going to go in your ear and up your nose.
Okay, where are they coming from?
They've been in the ground. Somebody
okay, and
laid eggs.
why all of a sudden are they coming now?
They're hatching. They keep somebody's really into this, and they keep track of this, and they're different broods. So the Great Eastern Brood is is among the largest broods of 17-year cicadas. A disjunct population exists. Blah blah blah. Anyway, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I could go into this. Nobody really cares. I'm just letting you
Oh,
know.
I do care, but we've heard it like Melinda Gates says they said this a year ago. So I mean,
Well,
this
here
is
they come.
it's just all fear. It's fear porn. That's what it is.
Well, I want to know about those bugs. Okay.
All right. Well, you keep us updated.
See, Anonymous Bob says 17.
Oh, is that how it is supposed to happen?
You.
Okay. Well, every 17 years, I'm learning so much today.
Even Melinda said they said this a year ago. I don't know.
They have said this many times.
Okay, well, I don't know.
Okay, but if it's not the bugs, it's going to be the sandstorms, or if there's going to be this or that. I mean, there's always horrible things that are about to happen.
Well, maybe, who knows?
Habu.
I don't have any answers. I just really want it all to go away. I want everything to be happy.
Well, good. You know what? Good luck with that.
And I didn't reach. Well, I did reach for my anger hat, but I didn't put it on. So that's a good show if I don't have to put my anger hat on.
It is a good show. So is that all you got?
That's
Road
all I
Ranger,
have.
tonight? All right. Well, that's a good update. Thank you for sharing. Now now I'm going to have nightmares now because the locusts are going to come and get me.
Just wanted to make sure it wasn't coming here, and I'm
So,
not one of the states. So
okay. Well, if you know, because I'm in Illinois and I was on the map.
yeah.
So you know that if I don't show up one day, maybe I'll
It's
just
because you got eaten alive.
I'll just be locust to death.
Exactly. They carry your little dog off.
Not my Sophie girl.
Yes, you're gonna get it, man.
My
Floof.
Sophie. I have a black Pomeranian. She's so cute.
Oh, what about the other one?
No, we don't want to talk
Okay.
about that one.
All right. Well, that is all I have. Do you have anything else? Are we good?
That's all I have. We're good.
All
I think we
right.
should close out.
Well, thank you everybody for joining. We love you all so much. You're the reason why we keep coming
Ranger
back.
Bob today.
Ranger Bob?
Anonymous Bob is on
He's
his
drinking.
second margarita. He's drinking heavily.
He's in his happy place.
Okay.
So we're good. All right, Nana, we'll wave goodbye and we're going to sign off. There she goes. She's just bursting with energy.
All
All
right.
right. We're going to pray for the children.
Yep. We're going to pray for the military, and then we're going to pray for Donald J. Trump.
Yes.
Yes.
God bless you all. Thank you.
Bye,
We love
guys. Have
you.
a nice-
We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.